We proudly present the winning projects and their authors in the region of Asia Pacific. The 4 acknowledgement prizes are ranked equally. An acknowledgement prize goes to Billion Bricks in India and Singapore for empowering the homeless, a self-financing residential complex in the Philippines.
This project is located in Minolan, 70 kilometers north of Manila. It combines social housing for 125 homeless families and a solar power plant that will produce and sell enough energy to finance the development.
The roofs of the buildings are covered with photovoltaic panels that will generate 25 times more power than the residents will need. The surplus energy will be sold. The revenue will initially be used to pay off the construction of the buildings. Our next acknowledgement prize goes to Peking University and Touriscape Architecture and Planning in China for Green Blue Network, a project for nature-based urban drainage infrastructure in Shenzhen. Around the globe, infrastructure projects with the single objective of flood control have turned hundreds of natural rivers into channels of little ecological value. This project in Shenzhen transforms an inefficient drainage system into an efficient and valuable green-blue asset for the city.
85% of the world's sewage is released untreated into rivers and oceans. The design harnesses the biological processes of mangroves and wetland plants to naturally treat and clean wastewater, which can then be used to irrigate and fertilize crops. This approach can save 70% of the energy typically required for wastewater treatment.
Another acknowledgement prize goes to Odo Architects in Vietnam for Propagated Sanctuary, an urban forest and economic catalyst on Banana Island.
Hanoi is one of the most polluted cities in the world. It used to be home to a diverse range of flora and fauna.
A large group of volunteers plans to restore the subtropical forests on Banana Island, a 26-hectare island in the Red River.
The project aims to introduce abundant greenery into the urban fabric, reduce carbon emissions, and multiply the number of native species by planting endemic trees and plants. The flora will enable animals to return to their natural habitat, boosting regional biodiversity.
A next acknowledgement prize goes to AT Architecture in India for upgrading labour, a social housing project to improve the living conditions of workers in Cambodia.
Over 17,000 factory workers live in the Phnom Penh Special Economic Zone in Cambodia, many in inadequate housing. This project proposes 3,000 new social housing units for these people. It aims to provide high-quality, affordable homes that will allow a healthy and adequate standard of living.
The design appropriately responds to the requirements of the workers and the ecological context of the site, resulting in a simply organized and aesthetically pleasing environment.
Each home is part of a linear cluster which forms a pattern of alternating solids and voids. Each apartment has a courtyard on 2 sides. A vegetable garden and a large green area enhances the value and the attractiveness.
Next are the main winners. The Holcim Awards Bronze Asia Pacific goes to an international team of experts. For High Performance Tower, a high-rise building in Australia providing new programmatic elements.
This project introduces a new sustainability model on the skyline of Sydney. Emphasizing next-generation systems design, it brings nature into the workplace, supports economic vitality, and points the way to a more sustainable mode of new construction.
The design pursues low energy and high comfort performance. The 39-story tower accommodates 4,000 workplaces.
The tower consists of a rigid concrete core and a steel frame exoskeleton that supports 8 independent timber-framed fire separation zones of 4 to 7 floors each. Spacious indoor gardens behind the fully glazed envelope enhance physiological and psychological well-being.
The Holcim Awards Silver Asia Pacific goes to Arc City Office in China for Ancient Rejuvenation, a project for urban revitalization as alternative to demolition in Shenzhen.
Sheijing Ancient Fair is the largest historic district of Shenzhen City, but it lacks appreciation. Young people are moving out, old buildings are deteriorating, emissions pollute the air. Many historic sites are at risk of loss due to neglect.
The project Ancient Rejuvenation aims to revitalize the historic district through a careful combination of preservation and cultural, employment and infrastructure improvement measures. And the Holcim Awards Gold Asia Pacific goes to Office PDAA and CSTB in France for Agrarian Enrichment, a project to create a sustainable urban and agricultural system in Lanzhou.
Urbanization is a challenge everywhere in the world. In China, new cities have replaced many old villages, for example, those scattered across the Nan River Valley, where farmland is being progressively fragmented. The project Agrarian Enrichment envisions a new form of sustainable urbanization in this valley.
The intention is to preserve the cultural heritage of the agricultural valley and integrate the farmland into a broader urban and agricultural system. Proposed is the construction of 6 metropolitan villages, incorporating the historic villages. The master plan includes an extensive irrigation system for the farmland. Spring water and rainwater are collected in underground basins and distributed through a series of canals to the fields. The Holcim Foundation congratulates all winners and thanks them for their significant contributions to sustainable construction.